Bobby Cox has led these Atlanta Braves to a National League Championship Series on 3 previous occasions. But it's the playoff newcomers who are getting it done this year. Rookie Chipper Jones with a game-winning homer in Game 1. Former Montreal Expo Marquise Grissom with 3 home runs in the series, including 2 in Game 2 to give the Braves an early lead. And unheralded Mike Mordecai, who delivered Game 2's game-winning hit in a patented Braves 9th-inning finish. Tonight, John Smoltz tries to close out the series against Colorado. Don Baylor has seen his Rockies let 2 games get away as relief pitching and defense have stumbled. The Blake Street Bombers have more than lived up to their billing, hitting a collective .400. But it's up to Billy Swift to shut down Atlanta as the Rockies try to survive in Game 3 of the 1995 Division Series.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Atlanta, where the scene shifts tonight for Game 3 in the Division Series between the Colorado Rockies and the Atlanta Braves. Coming to you tonight from Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, the Braves lead the best-of-5 series 2 games to none. Hi, everybody. I'm Pete Van Wieren, along with Larry Dierker, welcoming you to Atlanta. The Braves do have that 2-0 lead over the Rockies, Larry, but it hasn't been easy for Atlanta. The Colorado Rockies had a chance in both Game 1 and Game 2 to pull out a victory.
Well, the Rockies have some strengths. That's why they're in this playoff. They're a very tough team at home, and they can hit. But they're a young team, and they were just a little bit jittery in Denver. That was the difference. The Braves had the poise of a veteran ball club.
Don Baylor hoping to get 1 victory and keep this series alive for Game 4 tomorrow night. Before the game, Larry had a chance to talk to Don Baylor and ask him what the mood of his club is tonight.
Pretty good. The finality of it all. Everybody knows that if we don't do it today, it's going to be an off season where you kind of think about maybe you could have won the first 2 ball games. But our guys have had a fun run here. They've enjoyed just kind of being in a playoff atmosphere. But, you know, just to come out and say, okay, let's play as hard as we can today, give it our best shot. If we do that, maybe we can come out here with a win.
Bill Swift is going for you tonight, a very fine pitcher, but he's been on a pitch count. Is he on one tonight?
It depends on Billy. It depends on how far in the ball game. He's a veteran. He tells me when he's had enough, and I kind of look at 70, 80 pitches, and he's a veteran that knows his body, and he knows what he can take. He knows this could be his last game for this year.
A very tough assignment for the Colorado Rockies tonight as they'll be going up against John Smoltz, a pitcher who has virtually owned the Rockies during their 3 years of existence, Larry.
Pete, he has owned a lot of people. He has got explosive stuff. He's got a fastball that will ride up over your bat. You get ready for that, and you're going to face a breaking ball that'll buckle your knees. The first 2 nights, the Rockies faced guys who had finesse, but tonight they're going to face some real power.
That pitching matchup tonight, John Smoltz for Atlanta, opposed by Bill Swift. He'll be pitching with a torn muscle in his shoulder, but he's going to tough it out tonight and hope to give the Colorado Rockies a chance to extend the series to a Game 4 tomorrow.
Series, 1 change. Mike Kingery getting the start in center field in place of Ellis Burks tonight. He'll bat second. Billy Swift on the mound and batting 9th, of course, and facing John Smoltz. And one interesting thing, Larry, this entire starting lineup for the Colorado Rockies in their career hitting just .186 against John Smoltz with 1 home run. Andres Galarraga hit that.
And, of course, Larry Walker is the only guy that's really had any success against him, and Walker's the only dangerous left-handed batter they have. And so for Smoltz, that's probably the strategy. Don't let Walker beat you.
As you look at the Braves defensively, there was 1 question mark going into tonight's game, and that was Jeff Blauser. If you were with us for Game 2, you'll recall a collision out in left center field between Blauser and Ryan Klesko. And watch Blauser's right ankle here as it gets caught under Klesko. He stayed in the game, had the ankle taped up, but was a question mark coming into tonight's game until after he took batting practice. He did that. Bobby Cox said he felt fine, so Blauser is in the starting lineup. The first, Bruce Fremming is at second, Gary Darling at third, and the foul-line umpires are Ed Montague in left.
Just 1-0 in the World Series. I think it brings his stuff up a little bit, up a little too high on that pitch. And so the
leadoff walk for Eric Young.
And he can run.
Yes, he can in the regular season.
Pretty good all-around ball player, and not a bad choice for this game. Probably not a lot for a guy that started 29 games.
He has a very quick release. Tough to get a good jump on him. There goes the runner. There goes the bunt down to Smoltz. Can he win the race to first? He tags Kingery for the out. Moving all the way around to third is Eric Young.
That was a great bunt and one of the most athletic plays you will ever see a pitcher make.
Big bunt by Mike Kingery.
Smoltz realizes here that if he gets this ball, there's going to be no one to flip it to. And he actually brought the ball into the middle of his glove so that he could hold it on the tag. Boy, what a play.
The runner and John Smoltz jarred the ball loose. And that wild pitch charged to John Smoltz makes it a 1-0 Colorado lead.
The out here, Pete. Smoltz is up for this game. The fielding play he made on the Kingery bunt and actually trying to block the plate with his body here in the first inning. A run that could be important later, but probably won't be the end of the world for him. But he's ready to do anything to win this game.
The throw was there in time, but the collision between Young and Smoltz jarred it loose. Here's the 3-2 on the way. Got it with a breaking ball. Smoltz records a couple of strikeouts, but in between the strikeouts, his wild pitch cost him a run. We go to the bottom half of the first. 1-0 Rockies. And this is the standard lineup that the Braves have pretty much used all season long. Grissom, Lemke, Jones, McGriff, Justice, Klesko, Lopez, Blauser, and Smoltz against right-hander Billy Swift. And you really have to admire this guy, Larry. He's got a torn labrum muscle in his right shoulder, and yet he's out there pitching.
He normally will show you a power sinker most of the time and offset that with a slider and changeup. We understand now with the shoulder trouble, you'll see more changeups and fewer sliders.
And as we look at the defense playing behind Billy Swift, Walt Weiss keys the middle of that infield. However, the Rockies have made 6 errors in the first 2 games of this series. The defense is going to have to play a little better. 4 for 11 in the series. He has a double. He has 3 home runs. Jones. Another little dribbler down the third base side. Swift with a barehanded pickup, but he's not even going to try the throw. Marquise Grissom has an infield hit.
Was a little bit of a problem.
Lemke 2 out of 9 in the series. Rockies leading at 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Nobody out. Grissom at first. He is on the run. The pitch is on the outside corner, but high, and the throw is also high. Stolen base for Marquise Grissom.
Well, Swift really did not try to rush his delivery to the plate. That gave Grissom an extra step or two, and if you give him an extra step or two, he's going to be safe every time.
Here's the 1-2 on the way, and a bouncing ball to third. That will not move the runner. Castilla looks the runner back, throws on to first, 1 out.
Another good pitch away by Swift. Swift has been a
homer in game 1.
The walking a lot could be a problem for Swift because
here's the 1-1 on the way to Chipper Jones. Fly ball hit out to left field. Dante Bichette to his left. Makes the catch, holding at second. Marquise Grissom, 2 men gone.
And new players that come to that team are swept up in it. And so you have guys that are in their first year with the Braves this year who have been really the big and key players in the first 2 games.
And there is ball 4. Down to first goes McGriff.
There is a misconception, I think, that the major league pitchers are able to throw every pitch right where they want it. And that's obviously not true. Otherwise, you'd never see a light-hitting pitcher draw a walk, but you see that all the time.
The 8 RBIs during the regular season. Pretty exclusive company for a young man. Here's the 0-1 on the way, and a broken bat roller out toward second. Eric Young throws on to first in time. High throw, but Galarraga gloved it, and we go to the top half of inning 2 with the Colorado Rockies leading Atlanta 1-0.
Out of the inning. Is Nomo a rookie?
Out to short where Blauser gloves it. On to first in time, Galarraga, as you can see, hardly able to run at all down the first baseline. You know, that caused the Rookie of the Year award rules to be changed. Larry Walker, remember, he spent the entire year with the Montreal Expos on the disabled list. The next year he had a great season, and there was a big question mark all season long since he was on the DL at the major league level this entire season before.
Fastest guy around.
Another 2-2 pitch on the way to Castilla. And he chased a breaking ball in the dirt. Lopez will have to throw him out, and does. And that is the third strikeout for John Smoltz.
A lot of the managers favor one regular catcher because he gets to know the pitching staff so well.
This one fouled back.
Is stronger in the late part of the season.
Here's the 1-1 out of Girardi, and there's a line drive right center field. Marquise Grissom goes back on the ball, makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for John Smoltz. Nothing doing for the Rockies in the top of the second. We go to the bottom half of inning 2, 1-0 Colorado.
And you can trick him a lot of times with off-speed pitches, but this guy is a little better than that. He'll take you to the opposite field.
Did not catch up with Swift that time. First strikeout for Swift, 1 gone here in the bottom half of inning 2.
It's a pitch that Swift has been featuring since he's had the arm trouble. He's lost.
Chopper to the left side. Castilla fields the throw across to first in time. And Swift having the kind of inning that Don Baylor would like to see him have. He's only thrown 4 pitches here, and he's got 2 outs to practice, but he's in there. Batting with 2 outs and the bases empty, and bouncing one up the middle. Nice stop by Walt Weiss, up and throwing, and got him. Walt Weiss takes a base hit away from Jeff Blauser, and it's a 1-2-3 inning on just 5 pitches for Billy Swift. Still 1-0 Rockies.
But he gets on base a lot. He walked 98 times this year. And he's what you call a 2-out shortstop.
This one fouled off down the first baseline.
Say, what does that mean? That means if you're pitching and there's a guy on third base and somebody hits a ground ball to short, you walk to the dugout and you don't have to look at first base, and you don't have to worry about which base you're going to back up if he throws it away, because you know he's going to make the play.
Here's the 3-2 now to Weiss, and he lines this one into right center field. That's in for a base hit. Over quickly, Marquise Grissom. Weiss a big turn at first, but he'll hold on there with a leadoff single. Swift showing bunt, then pulled back, runner going, thrown out to second by Lopez is late. And how about that for a little strategy? Rockies leading at 1-0. We're in the top half of the third. A runner at second with nobody out. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and he bunts it foul down the third baseline, and that's a strikeout.
He tried to bunt for a base hit. Did not square around. Well, the stolen base by Weiss certainly accomplished what a sacrifice ordinarily would have. Young came over in the expansion draft from the Dodgers. The Rockies really made a lot of good picks in that expansion draft.
The 1-2 is hit high in the air out to left field, pretty deep. Going back, Ryan Plesko is on the warning track. He's at the wall, and he makes the catch against the wall, or did he? No, he did not. It's gone. Home run. That ball had just enough to get over the left field wall. Home run for Eric Young makes it 3-0 Rockies. Look, watch how close this ball was to being caught. Watch how much it missed the fence by, only by a couple of inches.
Baseball is a game of inches, Pete.
Here's the 0-1. Popped him up into shallow left center field. Blauser drifting back. Grissom coming on. Blauser is going to stay with it and make the catch. And that's out number 2. 2 gone with 2 runs in. One ball. And the count holds 2-2. Bounced up the middle. That's going to get through into center field for a base hit. Dante Bichette with his 6th hit of this series. Leo Mazzoni was John Smoltz's pitching coach at AAA after the Braves acquired Smoltz from the Detroit Tigers organization while he was still in the minor leagues. And in an unusual move that I've never heard of before, Larry, when Smoltz was called up to the major leagues for the first time, his first start came in New York against the Mets at Shea Stadium. And here's the 0-1. And he will go down to first, sending Dante Bichette down to second. That's all for Galarraga, and that's all for the Rockies in the third. 5 strikeouts for Smoltz, but 2 more Rockies runs are in, and the Eric Young homer. It's 3-0.
He's up 3-0. Meantime, the Yankees and the Mariners, Randy Johnson and Jack McDowell in a great pitcher's duel. until Bernie Williams teased this one up to the opposite field. He's been on fire since August. This home run gives the Yankees a 1-0 lead. They are in the 4th inning. We'll keep you up to date. Right now, back to Pete and Larry.
Winning average during the regular season. It's this one back up the middle. Second baseman Eric Young near the bag. Throws on the first in time. And John Smoltz did not run. And here's from the crowd about it. That's unlike him.
Leo Mazzoni with some advice for Smoltz.
Fly ball hit out to center field, fairly deep. Kingery going back. He's on the warning track and makes the catch. 2 down.
Swift has treated all of his brothers and sisters to tickets to this ball game.
Well, if he has, he's going to have to find work this winter.
He's got 15 of them.
Bouncing ball out toward short. Walt Weiss charges, fields, throws, and gets him a 1-2-3 inning. And at the end of 3 complete here in Game 3, it's the Colorado Rockies trying to stay alive, leading it 3-0.
The Red Sox struggling with his control. With 2 out, he walked Bell, Murray, and then Tomei. And that one walks in Baerga, who had singled. So the Indians' lead is now 3-0 in the 3rd. Back to Pete and Larry.
Okay, thank you, John. The first pitch to Vinny Castilla popped foul and caught by Javi Lopez.
Because there weren't that many of them. Most of the time, he could get it in there.
Girardi lines one, caught by Chipper Jones, who has had a great series both offensively and defensively.
This is the guy that started it last time, Weiss.
And a little chopper to the right side. Very easy inning for Smoltz as Lemke throws on to McGriff. And on just 5 pitches, he has a 1-2-3 inning.
Did it.
Did not. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Bouncing ball off to the right. That took a little skip off the mound, helping Eric Young. His throw to first, a little bit high and wide, but Galarraga able to make the grab. 1 down. He has retired 8 in a row. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bouncing ball left side. Weiss, another great stop. A long throw to first. Did not get him this time. Great effort, though, by Walt Weiss.
Had that problem. Steve Sachs comes to mind. It's a short throw and
Wild play in the Dodgers-Reds game. Mike Piazza at the plate laces this one out to left field. Now watch Ron Gant chasing after it, having trouble picking the ball up. So Chad Fonville's coming around 3rd, going in to score. The throw comes in. He is in there except for one thing. Joe West not making the call. You didn't touch the plate, Fonville. The tag applied by Santiago, and it remains scoreless in the 3rd inning. Pete and Larry.
0-1 to count on Fresco. Here's the 0-1 on the way. Line down the left field line, headed toward the corner. Around 3rd, McGriff. He will score. Heading for 3rd, David Justice. He'll be held up as the throw comes back. It's an RBI double for Ryan Klesko, and the Rockies now lead it 3-1.
time he waits a little longer. Made an adjustment. And gets a big hit on a pretty good pitch.
That's his first RBI of the series. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. Still only 1 out. And Javi Lopez, the batter.
If you play the infield in, it'll make a 250 hitter, a 350 hitter. And, of course, Lopez is better than that.
Into right center. In to score, Justice. Klesko around 3rd. Here comes the throw home by Walker. Klesko scores, and we are tied 3-3. Never seem to learn to go the other way.
We've talked a lot about Leo Mazzoni, perhaps not enough about Clarence Jones. These young guys seem to know how to hit, and he's the guy that coaches them.
2nd and 3rd RBIs of the series for Javi Lopez. We are tied 3-3. Larry Bernard, the Rockies pitching coach, out to the mound for a brief meeting with Bill Swift. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Blauser for the game. Runner going, the pitch strike 3 call, throw to 2nd, Lopez. That doesn't. I guess he thought it was ball 4.
Yeah,
he
made a mistake.
Running. So a base running mistake. He thought it was ball 4. Did not see Eric Gregg call the 3rd strike on Jeff Blauser. But we go to the 5th inning, tied.
He's in the Braves in a moment, but the Dodgers and the Reds in the 3rd. Watch Larkin take off like he's going to go to 2nd, but he eventually gets there anyway because Ron Gant just laces this no-mo pitch out for a 2-run home run, and the Reds take a 2-0 lead in the 4th. The Yankees, meantime, had a 1-0 lead in the 5th, but Tino Martinez, with a runner aboard off Blackjack McDowell to center field, the 2-run home run puts the Mariners on top in this one, and they lead it now in the 5th inning, 2-1. Pete and Larry.
Okay, thank you, John. Rafael Belliard has checked into the game here in Atlanta, replacing Jeff Blauser at short. Blauser, remember, was questionable before tonight's game because of an ailing ankle. But I'm not so sure it's the ankle that got him out of the lineup this time. Watch this. Right off the top of his left foot. And after conferring with Bobby Cox, he came out of the game. Eric Young, first pitch swinging fly ball right field toward the line. Justice there, makes the catch. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
If they do have a lapse and give up a couple of runs, it's generally because they've lost.
The Colorado Rockies. Little roller back out to Smoltz. And he has himself another 1, 2, 3 inning. We go to the bottom half of inning 5, all tied, 3-3. Here's the 2-2. Bouncing ball up the middle. There's Walt Weiss again. On the first in time. 1 man out for Marquise Grissom. Tomorrow. Lines this one to right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And Grissom aboard with 1 out. He stole a base back in the first inning. We'll keep an eye on him here, see if he's going, with Mark Lemke coming to the plate. .399 at bats. There goes Grissom again. This time Lemke does strike out, throw to second base, and another strike him out, throw him out, double play. Joe Girardi has gunned down 2 in the last 2 innings. We go to the 6th. Still tied, 3-3.
But he is not overly aggressive in the sense that he overswings very often.
Getting better every year with the Rockies, and everybody wondering if that's where he'll play next year. Into left field, that's going to drop for a base hit. And he has his 7th hit of this series. A leadoff single to start the 6th inning. And that'll bring up cleanup hitter Larry Walker until the 9th inning. Popped him up left side of the infield. Chipper Jones out behind the mound making the catch.
Walker was disgusted with himself as he missed a hanging breaking ball. He fired his bat away.
Montreal Expos back in 1986.
Yes, I do.
He got off to such a slow start. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball got him. Smoltz strikes out Galarraga for the 2nd time tonight. That's a half dozen strikeouts in the game for John Smoltz. Yeah, that gives him 73, tied with Dave Stewart. The only guys who have struck out more than Smoltz. Vinny Castilla has struck out and fouled out. This one hit high and deep to left center field. Klesko going back, Grissom going back to the wall, and that one's gone. 2-run homer for Vinny Castilla, giving the Colorado Rockies a 5-3 lead. That is Castilla's 2nd home run of the series.
This team does have quite a bit of talent, as they have just knocked John Smoltz out of the game. Castilla climbing on a hanging slider.
That pitch actually backed up a little. And the Rockies have taken a 5-3 lead, ending the night for John Smoltz. The new Atlanta pitcher, rookie side armor Brad Klontz. Atlanta pitcher, right-hander Brad Klontz, making his first appearance in this series. Pitched in 59 games with an 8-1 record and 4 saves. He got 6 of those wins out of the bullpen in 1 month.
Sometimes you will find
he got to be the good luck pitcher there.
Yeah, really you will find a lot of times that you have a relief pitcher that seems to draw runs that give him a win.
Joe Girardi, the batter, hits it over the glove of Klontz. Mark Lemke behind the bag at second, turns and throws to first in time. Great play by Mark Lemke to end the top half of the 6th inning, but a 2-run homer by Vinny Castilla off of John Smoltz has given the Rockies a 5-3 lead.
70 to 80 pitch limit for Swift, depending on how Swift felt.
Eric Young can't reach that ground ball. Base hit for Chipper Jones. A leadoff single to start the bottom half of the 6th inning. Hit number 6. Single. A runner at first, nobody out.
Bruce Ruffin is up in the Rockies bullpen. Bouncing ball to short. Weiss steps on second, one on to first, double play. 2-0, the count on Justice. Ground ball right side, right at Young. And that is it for the Atlanta Braves in the bottom half of the sixth. We'll return with the 1995 Division Series, the Colorado Rockies and the Atlanta Braves after this.
Lee's career 2-1. The Mariners lead the Yankees. Elsewhere, the Indians and the Red Sox 3-0. Charles Nagy has the lead, but Mike McFarland out to center field. Kenny Lofton with a nice catch slips. The run's going to score anyway. Jefferson trots in. That was with the bases loaded. They get out of the inning though with just one run. 3-1 in the sixth. Pete and Larry.
Clance delivers, and that's all for Walt Weiss. Clance records his first strikeout. One away, and that'll bring up Bill Swift, and now it's time for tonight's Toyota Diamond Dust Baseball Fact. Don Mattingly made his postseason debut after 1,785 regular season games. Our question, which Hall of Famer made his playoff debut with the A's in 1975 after 2,368 regular season games? And the 0-2 on the way, trying to bunt it. Missed it, strike three. Second strikeout for Brad Parks. 2 down in the top half of the seventh inning. Walked and scored in the first.
They say that a hanging slider will travel farther, but it's like a softball pitcher's breaking pitch.
Here's the 1-2. Little tap right back to the pitcher. And Clance has a 1-2-3, top half of the seventh inning. We go to the seventh inning stretch here in Atlanta with the Rockies leading the Braves 5-3. Ground ball up the middle, base hit for Ryan Presto. His second hit of the night. And Atlanta has its leadoff man on in the bottom half of the seventh inning. He gave Don Baylor exactly what he wanted. He's got him the lead in the bottom half of the seventh inning. Jason Bates also checking in. We'll be right back. Steve Reed during the year, an excellent season.
Sixth inning, Paul Sorrento at the plate. Eddie Murray is on. Wakefield's knuckleball doesn't fool him. That's a single. Murray comes in to make it 4-1. Sandy Alomar later doubled to score Ramirez to make it a 5-1 game. That's where it stands in the sixth. Yankees and the Mariners. Steve Howe comes on to face Tino Martinez with the bases loaded, and he brings in Vince Coleman with a little single here. It only scores the one run, but then Jay Buhner comes up with the bases full, and he knocks in another to make it 4-1. A Davis error has allowed another Seattle run to score to make it a 5-1 game. Right now, Seattle is rolling in the sixth inning with a 5-1 lead. Back to you.
And other teams that have been mentioned as the greatest teams of all time.
That is all for Lopez. He's out there on strikes, one down. The Rockies dugout again. And he is going to make the change here, going to left-hander Mike Munoz. So Munoz will come on to face either Dwight Smith or a pinch hitter for him as the Rockies go to their third pitcher. So Steve Reed works after working just 1/3 of an inning and striking out Javi Lopez. The Rockies bullpen, and while he gets ready, let's catch you up to date with our Toyota Diamond Dust Baseball quiz. The question was, which Hall of Famer made his playoff debut with the A's in 1975 after 2,368 regular season games? It's a name you were just talking about a couple of moments ago, Larry.
From Whistler, Alabama, the Whistler, Billy Williams.
All those years with the Chicago Cubs, and finally made it in the postseason play as an Oakland A. And a long stretch of games for that man as well before getting a taste of postseason action. Out of the game, Belliard replaced him.
Well, Munoz does not have particularly good numbers, but he was pitching pretty well toward the end of the year. And Don Baylor is never afraid to switch pitchers and try to get that matchup left against left.
Throwing error by Eric Young went on to win 7-4 to go 2 games up in the series. Mordecai during the regular season, 280, and 3 homers, 11 RBIs. He is a good fastball hitter. And Pesco, the runner at first. Into left center field, headed toward the gap, and that is going to drop in for extra bases. Heading for third, Ryan Klesko. They're going to wave him home. Here comes the relay throw home. It's up the line. Mike Mordecai strikes again. A pinch hit double to make it 5-4, Colorado. That was a breaking ball.
He heard you talking about what a good fastball hitter he was.
That'll show me, huh? Well, Don Baylor is on the move again. Out toward the mound after the run-scoring pinch hit double by Mordecai.
That run will be charged to Bill Swift, so his line 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs.
Munoz exits the game after facing just one hitter. So the Braves are going to be bringing their 4th hitter of the inning up. And I think what you just saw there, Brett Saberhagen, one of the top pitchers in the Rockies staff. If the Braves come back and win this game, you'll have had an entire series played, first-round playoff series, without one of the Rockies' best pitchers even getting in a game.
Breaking pitch that has got a sizable break to it.
Pitched in 76 games during the regular season. Ground ball to short. Walt Rice going to third, and Mordecai is out at third.
So a hero one moment and a goat the next.
That's some bad base running for Mike Mordecai. For that one.
And Bruce Ruffin tuning it up now for Don Baylor. Devereaux has had his, if you don't pay attention to him, he'll go.
Doesn't matter. Marquise Wilson down on strikes. And Leskanic gets out of the inning, preserving the Colorado Rockies lead. It's now 5-4. At shortstop after delivering the pinch hit double.
The whip style coming down around sidearm would be very disconcerting to a left-handed batter.
And that's it for Kingery. Had a bad swing at that pitch. One down. Pair of singles tonight. Struck him out with a high fastball. Bourbon records his 2nd strikeout. Stay alive. Send it to a game 4. Out toward short and by Mordecai in the left field. Base hit for Walker. His first hit of the game. He's now 1 for 3.
That would make for quite a World Series if they ever got there, wouldn't it?
Runner goes again. The pitch is a little bit outside. No throw by Lopez. Stolen base for Larry Walker. The 1-2. They appeal to first. Frank Pulley says, yes, you did. And Pedro Bourbon strikes out the side with a single by Larry Walker in between. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Rockies up by 1.
With a 3-1 deficit, and just like that, Mark Lewis with the bases loaded, the grand slam makes it a 7-1 lead. The Reds trying to roll to the sweep over the Dodgers. We'll keep you up to date. They're only in the 6th. Back to Pete and Larry.
Out of the bottom half of the 7th inning, still with a 1-run lead. Bouncing ball to the right side. Jason Bates on the first, 1 out. And that'll bring up Chipper Jones, who tonight has flied to left, grounded out to second, and singled. And now it'll be Bruce Ruffin, the 5th pitcher to work in the game for the Rockies. This is what a lot of teams do against Atlanta. They bring in the left-hander, even though Chipper Jones is a switch hitter, because Chipper's power much more evident as a left-hand batter this year than it has been as a right-hand hitter. He only hit 3 home runs right-handed. And with 1 out and the base is empty, Chipper Jones will be facing Bruce Ruffin. Sellout crowd here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium tonight. A beautiful night. It has not been such a good week of weather here in Atlanta. The remnants of Hurricane Opal hit this town very hard, toppling trees. About 200,000 homes were without power for a while. Some still without power as they try to catch up. But the weather cleared beautifully for tonight's game. The numbers on Bruce Ruffin, who was on and off the disabled list this year.
But when he was off, as you can see,
there's a no-mo. Look what the Reds are about to do. Sweep. Here's the 1-2. Got him. Chipper Jones down on strikes. 2 men gone. And now Fred McGriff, who's 1 for 2 with a walk tonight. Thanks. Ground ball to the right side, right to Andres Galarraga. He'll take it himself, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Atlanta Braves. In the bottom of the 8th, we go to the 9th. Colorado Rockies still leading by 1.
Another good year for McMichael, his 2nd season in the Braves bullpen.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. Popped him up. Mordecai drifting back. Grissom coming on. It's Mordecai making the catch. Girardi 0 for 3. He's thrown out 2 base stealers tonight. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way. Got him with a breaking ball. McMichael records his first strikeout. 2 down in the top of the 9th. And Walt Weiss will be the batter. And he walked him. Weiss down to first with a 2-out walk. Jason. My mistake. The 1-1. Fly ball, well hit right field. Back goes Justice, just shy of the track. He's got it. And that is all for Colorado in the top half of the 9th inning. So Greg McMichael gets him out. But remember, the Atlanta Braves have rallied in the 9th inning twice in this series to win games 1 and 2 in Colorado. They did it 25 times during the regular season.
All right, Pete and Larry, as we wait to see if the Braves can pull off the 9th inning heroics again, the Yankees and the Mariners, and it's falling apart for New York. Randy Velarde fielding this fly ball from Tino Martinez. Coleman can't score, but the throw gets away from everyone. So Coleman trots in, and right now Seattle in command. They'll keep this series alive. It looks like 7-2 in the 8th inning. Indians and the Red Sox. Boston will not keep this one alive. Carlos Baerga with a double scores a run to make it an 8-1 game as Cleveland blows the game wide open as they look for the sweep of the Boston Red Sox. They're at Fenway tonight, that game in the 8th inning. The Dodgers and the Reds, Mark Lewis, the grand slam. We showed you that. What we didn't tell you was it was a pinch hit grand slam, and that's the first ever pinch hit grand slam in postseason.
Darren Holmes getting ready, no doubt, for Javi Lopez doing 3rd in the inning. Again, the 2-2 pitch on the way. Popped him up. This one will stay in play. First base side, Andres Galarraga in foul territory. He's got it, 1 down. The Rockies bullpen tonight has now retired the last 6 in a row. Now the 0-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball left side and through in the left field. Base hit Ryan Klesko, his 3rd hit of the game. And Atlanta now with a runner at first, 1 man out in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Javi Lopez heads toward the plate. So Ruffin will leave after working 1 inning, giving up 1 hit and recording 1 strikeout. Darren Holmes becomes the 6th pitcher to work in the game for the Rockies. He was on the mound. You see the numbers on Darren Holmes during the regular season. In this playoff series, he has worked in all 3 games now. And while he has not been charged with any earned runs, he has given up 4 hits in 1 inning of work. The 2 runs he did allow were both unearned. Colorado trying to send this to a 4th game. Here's the 1-1. Little looping fly ball, shallow right field. Walker coming on, diving try, did not come up with it. Heading for 3rd is Klesko. Runners at 1st and 3rd. Luis Polonia has moved on deck.
Wesco, the potential tying run at third. Lopez, a potential winner at first. Colorado leading it 5-4, but Atlanta has runners at first and third, one out. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fly ball hit out to shallow left field. Bichette coming on, makes the catch. Klesko's coming halfway down, going back. And that's a big second out. Bologna, as a pinch hitter for Atlanta this year, was 8 for 18. A .444 pinch hit average. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled away. The count 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fly ball, shallow left field. Bichette coming on. Can't get it. Base hit. Klesko scores. Down to second, Javi Lopez. We are tied 5-5. A 2-out pinch hit run-scoring single for Luis Polonia. A breaking ball. Polonia hit it a little bit off the end of the bat, just flared it into left field. Now Marquise Grissom takes a strike in the outside corner. Second. The 0-2 pitch to Marquise Grissom. Ground ball. Funny hop. Walt Weiss has it. Goes to second in time for the force. But the Atlanta Braves, rebounding again in the ninth inning, have tied this game up. We go to extra innings in Atlanta. Ball, 2 strikes on Vanderwall. Here's the 1-2 to Vanderwall. Fly ball hit out to shallow right field. Going back on it, Mark Lemke. And he's got it just in fair territory. One away. The numbers on Mark Wohlers for the year, 25 saves. And he was a month into the season before he really became the closer on this ball club. Into right center field. That ball's pretty well hit. Marquise Grissom on the run and makes the catch shy of the warning track out there. Here's the pitch to Bichette. Ground ball. That's a fair ball down the left field line, headed toward the corner. Bichette around first, on his way to second. Ryan Klesko gets it back toward the infield. It's a 2-out double for Dante Bichette, his third hit of the game. What's Galarraga do up next? They may walk Ryan Walker. Not expecting Bichette to pull. You can see how far off the line Chipper Jones was playing. And Bichette gets it right down the third base line. And now we are going to get the intentional walk. The chance to hit with runners first and second and 2 outs. First and second, 2 down. Here comes Galarraga. 0 for 4 tonight. He has struck out his last 3 times up. Twice against Smoltz, once against Bourbon. Top of the 10th, runners first and second, 2 outs. And the 0-1 delivery. Ground ball, deep short, and by Mordecai into left field. Here comes Bichette around third, heading home. The throw by Ryan Klesko won't get him. And the Colorado Rockies have forged back in front, 6-5, on a 2-out run-scoring single by Andres Galarraga. Having the lead here in the top of the 10th. That looked like the split finger pitch that he hit.
Yeah, it sure did. And Galarraga turned it over with topspin, and that's what helped get it through there.
So the Rockies up by a run now. And the reaction from the Colorado Rockies dugout. 1 ball, no strikes, and Castilla had a 2-run homer back in the 6th inning. Lines this one into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. In to score, Larry Walker. And the Rockies now lead it 7-5. And all of this happening after 2 were out in the inning. Singles by Andres Galarraga and now Vinny Castilla. Bowlers will be lifted. Kent Merker comes in out of the Atlanta bullpen, one of 2 Atlanta starting pitchers who have been sent down for bullpen duty during this best-of-5 series. Steve Avery, the other one. Hang on to this lead. Game 4 tomorrow night here on ABC, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. with Brett Saberhagen and Greg Maddux, the scheduled pitchers.
Not a bad little matchup.
Pretty good one.
A couple of Cy Young Award winners.
That will be tomorrow night if Colorado holds on here.
That he would bring Kent Merker in to the middle of an inning, and that's exactly what he has done in this series.
Now the 1-1. Girardi sends a fly ball deep right center field. Drifting back is David Justice, and he's got it for out number 3. But some clutch 2-out hitting by the Colorado Rockies have given them a 7-5 lead. We'll return with the division series, the Rockies and the Braves, after this from our ABC station. He replaced Marvin Freeman on their 25-man roster. Freeman out with an injury, and they chose Mark Thompson because of his work over the weekend against the Giants. He pitched in 3 of the 4 games against San Francisco in relief and didn't allow a run in 5 2/3 innings. Strike 1 to Lemke, 0-1.
But to get to him, this rookie has got to finish the deal.
The 0-1 to Lemke, bouncing ball over the mound, charging at Jason Bates. He's got it on the first, 1 down. Now the 3-2 on the way to Chipper Jones. Ground ball right to the first baseman Galarraga, throwing to Thompson, covering, 2 down. And the Rockies need 1 more out to extend this series to a 4th game tomorrow night. Here's Fred McGriff with 2 outs. Line drive, right center field. Coming on is the right fielder Larry Walker. And the Colorado Rockies have scored their first ever playoff victory. After losing 2 to the Braves in Denver, the Rockies come to Atlanta and win it in 10 by a final score of 7-5. The Atlanta Braves now lead this series 2-1. Rockies winning it 7-5. Tonight's Chevrolet player of the game is Andres Galarraga. His run-scoring single in the 10th inning broke the 5-5 tie and turned out to be the game-winning hit. In conjunction with this program, Chevrolet will contribute a total of $50,000 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of America in the names of all players of the game for the 1995 Major League season. Well, we are going to have Game 4 in this series.